Let's talk about the women.
The women's draw. We just took a little time to look at the crazy 100.
The draw in front of us.
The draw, 128 freaking players in both the men's and women's draws. Yeah. But let's take a look at the women's draw first.
Number one player in the world, Świątek. She's been a little edgy, like when she talks in the press, and a lot of complaining. Oh, I'm burning out, but I see her winning this. I see her as the best hardcore player in the world. Coco Gauff, they're in the top half of this draw, and they're scheduled to meet in the quarterfinals.
Yep.
And Coco just beat her. I don't see her beating her twice in a row.
No.
What do you think?
I don't know. A new coach, new outlook, right? She's got Brad Gilbert. Is it Brad Gilbert?
It's Brad Gilbert.
Brad Gilbert's her new coach, and all of a sudden her forehand isn't a liability.
And she's by far the best athlete, on the tour. So, only 19. The sky's the limit for her.
Yeah.
It would be amazing for, a woman, American to win the U.S. Open. And I think her and Pegula are the only ones. You don't think any of the men can really win it? No.
No. I mean, I don't know.
So Coco Gauff would be the biggest American to win the U.S. Open.
I mean,
men or women.
I would love to see TFO, Big Foe, or even like Eubanks surprise us and get a little farther deeper into the draw, like he did at Wimbledon.
Right. We're talking about winning.
But
come on.
We're talking about winning.
Yeah, I mean, it's great. He makes the semifinals again like he did last year. It was amazing.
I mean, I feel like Alcaraz, I don't know. I don't have the full draw.
Let's stay on the ladies.
Let's stay on the ladies, right.
So out of the Americans, we got Coco Gauff and Pegula that are playing amazing. They're doubles partners.
Yep.
I think they both won the last couple of tournaments. They've beaten Iga this year. Iga's dominated both of them throughout their career, and I don't know. I just don't see them like beating her here in this tournament. I don't see her losing. I have on the other. I have Azarenka going far, like one last run here for the veteran, and Mukova, and then I think Pegula is really in a major has gone to the quarters.
I don't know. I'd have to look back.
Yeah.
We'll put that graphic up here or something, but I don't know.
And then also on a hard court, she hasn't been playing that great. I got Sabalenka. So those are my four. And I'm really going chalk. I'm going 1-2 in the finals.
Well, I mean, for Sabalenka, it kind of depends if, if you look at that bottom half of the draw, I kind of had at the quarter Jabeur and Sabalenka. Both of those two have kind of, lack of a better term, choked.
Well, Jabeur just beat her in Wimbledon.
Right. And then Sabalenka lost her chance to get to the final in the French. And that was it. Who's that? Muchova? Or I think that's her name. Got there. I mean, so that's a weird one. Who knows who's going to end up in that bottom
She won
half.
Australia. You thought she's such a powerful player that would take her over the hump mentally, but not much since then.
No, it's been kind of surprising, that she hasn't been able. I mean, she's got such a strong game and she's such a power player that I don't know. It's kind of weird on that bottom half what could happen, but
the other interesting thing about the women's is that they do not have a for the WTA finals. So I believe it's the top 8 or the top 10. They
Same
qualify
thing
for a tournament. Same thing with the men's, and they have this tournament at different places throughout the world. I think in the past they had a contract with China, and that they had an issue with Peng Shui missing and taking a stand there.
And then it ended up in Austin or somewhere in Texas out of nowhere because they needed somewhere to play and no one knew it was there.
Yeah. I think it was in Fort Worth and no one went there. And
not even think anyone in Fort Worth knew it was there.
I think the tour is actually struggling too, just because they don't have these tournaments lined up. It looks like Saudi Arabia, They got all the cash. They're looking to make a splash in the sports world. They did it with golf. They're trying to do it with soccer. Now they're doing it. I don't know. They're avoiding talking about it, and I think they don't want to talk about it during this U.S. Open. But they're going to go there. I mean, they're going to give them so much money, and they need money. I mean, money, it's always follow the money, right?
So that's an interesting thought. Like, is there going to be like a live golf of tennis?
Definitely could be.
I don't know if there's any actual grumblings about that.
They could do it. I don't know, if they want to do that or, what it would take. It would probably just take Djokovic and Alcaraz, and then, everyone else would just follow.
I don't know. They got their players union thing.
But the women,
I don't know.
Saudi Arabia is known to not, they just recently let women drive a car in Saudi Arabia.
Yeah.
I think if you're homosexual, it's illegal. Like, you can't even be it in the country. So, so that you got the WTA tour, which, always preaches diversity and has this amazing tradition. I think it's 50 years since, Billie Jean King and all those pioneers started it. And now they're looking at being sponsored by Saudi Arabia for their, finals tournament.
It's money. It just depends if money's going to win out here on this one, right? If they're going to end up in Saudi Arabia for that, or they're going to end up in some like obscure place in the U.S. because they don't have anywhere to go.
I mean, it's September. This tournament's in early December, late November. I mean, it's pretty strange that they don't even have this scheduled.
So, kind of going on, like maybe leading into, I know we're jumping a little subject here, but like, if you were to fix it, would you just put it with the men's ATP final?
But the men don't want that. Like,
I know they don't want it, but like,
of course,
would that make sense than separating it? I don't know.
Every 1,000 tournament is men and women. I mean that, and
yeah.
I mean, I love the women's game, and I know some people don't, but I think they should be combined, but I think there's just a difference as far as revenue, and
I thought I saw
the men are not going to want to give that up. It's kind of sad they don't even have they don't have it set, and now, I mean, who are we kidding? They're going to Saudi Arabia. They're going to just throw money at them. They need money, so they're just going to go.
So
they'll make excuses like, no, they're changing and. Come on. But I really, the women's game, I feel that there's just 4 or 5 players now. But
Isn't that funny? Because we were talking about...
That could really win it, but I don't know. It seems to be, a lot of surprises in the majors, but I have Iga. I don't know. What do you think?
I think, it's Iga and whoever can win out of that bottom half, whether it's Vondrousova again, like, who won Wimbledon, or if Pegula can make or if Jabeur can get over herself and actually get there and win,
Yeah, I don't know how strong Jabeur is on a hard court,
Right, and or Sabalenka can actually get all the way to a final again.
Yeah.
So it's all a big question mark on the bottom half of that draw. I mean, who knows? Maybe there's someone here that...
And Iga's not as dominant as she was. I mean, she's been losing lately. So, right. I mean, it's still open, but I just don't... I feel like she's the best hardcourt player, and...
She's strong. She's a strong player. There's not... I mean, there's a reason why we kind of just think the whole first top of the half... There's no one who's going to really challenge her except for maybe Coco.
Yeah, and that's the quarterfinals.
And that's it.
And I don't feel like Coco can beat her twice in a row.
I mean, I guess...
I think she lost 8 in a row.
Rybakina could, potentially.
Yeah. And she's not been playing well. A lot of double faults. Her strong suit is that serve. She's been losing a lot, but she's one of those players that can just turn it on and win the tournament.
I mean, is Machova, who got to that French final...
Yeah.
Could she break out and maybe challenge Iga? I don't think she's going to beat her, but...
Maybe.
I don't know. It's tough. I don't know. But yeah, it's kind of like we're saying the same thing.
Deep insight here, huh?
Yeah, I know, right? So do we...